Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, and it's a great pleasure to be here in this very important and interesting symposium. I will start answering to your question considering two different aspects. First of all, the SME's capacity to gather data and information, and of course, sustainability data and information. In other words, the SME's attitude towards a sustainability approach. And the second aspect that I want to consider is that SME's capacity to comply with generally accepted sustainability standards, EFRAG and all the other sustainability standards. From my personal perspective, in terms of course of Italian professional accountants, I can say that we have observed in the last years a trend that SMEs have adopted and are still adopting ESG behavior in their organization. They are adopting this behavior, most of them in an informal way, and when they do it in an informal way, they don't disclose it because they use it for internal purposes. Several circumstances lead SMEs to adopt a sustainability behavior. Because we have a request from public tenders, clients, a parental company. But in my opinion, SMEs need to adopt sustainability reporting not just to give an answer to the third parties, but because they consider sustainability reporting a strategic and essential tool in order to manage in the right way risks and opportunities in the market. So it's a substantial reason. And there is a strict connection between sustainability behavior and the medium and long-term going concern attitude of the SMEs. In fact, in our country, the bank system keeps on asking to SMEs to disclose their behavior, their sustainability behavior, in order to make an assess of their going concern attitude in the market. And here we can play, in terms of Italian professional accountants, a very strategic role, a very important role, because we have to support SMEs, to support our clients in order to manage in their way the sustainability reporting. We all know that sustainability reporting is not just, let me say, the last step of a more complex mosaic, a more complex process. In fact, we have to plan a correct, integration between financial and non-financial information. We have to manage different and several information in the company. Another thing that I want to say that in Italy, but I should say all over Europe, our small and medium enterprises are under pressure. They're under social pressure, ethical pressure, normative pressure. So they need to give an answer to this pressure. And so they need the support by professional accountants in order to give an answer to this pressure, because we are able to give a concrete and effective support in order to collect all the information inside the organization of the SMEs, to manage this information, to prepare the right and efficient sustainability reporting. As I always say to my clients, sustainability reporting is not just a cost, it's an investment. So it needs a payback period, and after this payback period, we will altogether able to appreciate the positive effect of this operation.
Guide these companies need?
I'm smiling because I think, first of all, on the barriers, and after I will speak about enable. Let me say that the main barrier in our country, of course, I'm speaking on the Italian perspective, is represented by the gap, sustainability gap in sustainability skills inside the SME's internal resources. I know that there is a recent movement towards moving towards the so-called pale green professional, the ones that are integrating financial skills with ESG skills. Now I would like to answer in my, considering my academic part, because as you told before, I'm a professional accountant, but at the same time an academic. And we have prepared a scientific research really recently, in order to study the relationship between professional accountants and sustainability world in general, and ESG in general. And the findings of this research are really very, very interesting, because we have discovered that there is a strong attention by professional accountants to respect the ESG world. They have improved, they are adopting ESG behavior also in their activity. And there is also a concrete demonstration, because if we consider the ISB principle in the education program of the to-be accountant, of the aspire accountant, we find inside these new rules a particular attention to sustainability skills. So We need to improve our skills with sustainability skills, but we are also improving these skills right now, today. So we are ready to support, as I told you before, SMEs in general. What we have to do, and I think this is a critical aspect, what we have to do is to also implement our activity on the soft skills, because when we manage the social sphere of the ESG acronym, we have to manage something very complex, not very easy to manage, and it's easier to manage environmental and governance rather than social. And this is the main. I think this is the main difficult to do. So we have to work very hard on this aspect. At the same time, as I always say, what is an obstacle today is an opportunity tomorrow. And I'm firmly convinced that the main enabler in our society, of course, sustainability speaking, are the professional accountants for two simple reasons. First of all, because we live in touch with the SMEs, we live in touch with the entrepreneur. We live day by day their problem, their organization. We know deeply the SMEs. And we are the best professionals that are able to make that analysis and collection of the right information in order to answer to the sustainability request, in order to make that merge between financial and non-financial information. Secondly, because as I told you right now, we are working very hard on the sustainability skills. We are trying to implement sustainability skills. Just to make a brief consideration of what Chiara said before, I know very well that voluntary SMEs don't consider anymore materiality assessment because they're if applicable principle. Let me express my personal opinion, because I remember the debate that we had in the time about the possibility to continue with the materiality assessment. I think that the materiality assessment is absolutely necessary. You can do informal way, because it's the only way in which you can that you have to follow in order to select the information, the phenomena, the ones that have a financial impact, respect the ones that have an impact to create long-term value in the company. Just to finish, professional accountants are absolutely essential to reach a sustainability approach in the SMEs all over the world. Thank you very much. Very shortly, promote a strong cooperation with the academic institution. As president of the Italian Institute of Chartered Accountants, before, I'm trying to do this day by day, because we are organizing different and several events with the academic panel together with professional panelists. So it's important to make this merge, this fusion between these two, soul of the same issue. Secondly, I repeat again, in my opinion, SMEs needs to adopt sustainability reporting. Is not just because they have to answer to third parties, because they don't have the necessity to respond to, or because they are law driven, because there is a law that obliges companies to adopt that kind of behavior. They need to adopt and to develop sustainability reporting, because it's strategic, it's essential in order to manage in the right way risk and opportunities in the market, and so to guarantee the medium and long-term going concern.